Hey everybody, this is Troy over at Uncomfortable Truths. Thanks for checking me out. So we have a weird one today, and that's because Ana Kasparian from the Young Turks actually came out with an extremely reasonable take on what we should be doing with some migrants over in New York. Now, this is something I've seen a little bit going on, that apparently there might be a little switch happening at TYT. I think maybe they're seeing that they're starting to lose viewers, and they're starting to see that the winds aren't favoring these far left politics. And so now there's been a little bit of a shift in favor of right wing policies. And honestly, that's a great thing. Anybody who's saying that, hey, this is just done as a grift, first off, who cares? If that is what's happening, then good, because they have a huge audience. And honestly, they've been making some good arguments on occasion when it comes to the crisis over at the border. And when I say they, I mostly mean just Ana. Ana's actually come out with some reasonable takes lately, and I think it's fantastic. So I'm sure most of you have already seen the video where about 5 immigrants decide that they're going to attack a couple of New York cops. They kick one in the face. The guy suffered cuts on his face, and they were almost immediately released on bail. I think 4 of them were released, and one person that wasn't has had 2 prior assaults that are going through the courts. Now, keep in mind, these people are not here legally. So they're coming into our country, committing these crimes, and we just put them right back onto the street in order to attack more people. Now, this time it happened to be police officers, and that's horrible. But imagine if it was some kids walking by, or imagine it was somebody in there walking their dog, some old person that is just trying to get on a subway. All of these things happen, and it doesn't get a whole lot of play. But I'm glad that this video came out so that people can actually see the results of their policy. So we're going to go ahead and actually listen to Ana's take, because she actually does a really good job talking to a left-wing audience over at the Young Turks about, hey, don't defend these people. This is what's happening. You need to take like an honest assessment of it. It doesn't mean you have to be against all immigrants. And in fact, I'm still significantly further to the right than Ana is. But on this instance, she's like, don't protect these people. This isn't okay. You can't just come into our country. It's a privilege that we are granting you to be able to seek asylum. So you can't just come here and break all of our laws and expect for that privilege to continue. So anyway, everybody, take a look at this video and we'll come back to it.
Considering the lack of resources for migrants, considering the fact that you have a situation in which there isn't enough shelter and you have migrants sleeping outside, can we deport the migrants who are engaging in this kind of behavior and this kind of crime? Like, one of them has already gotten arrested twice for assaulting employees at retail stores. And then you have the surveillance footage of them kicking cops in the head as the cops are trying to detain another guy. What are we doing? So they get arrested and then they're let out. No bail, because it's New York City, of course. Okay, listen, I know we have a giant left-wing audience and I love you guys. Please don't give into some knee-jerk reaction to provide cover for these people. These are not people you need to provide cover for. These are people who are in the country claiming asylum. They don't have a right to be here.
Well, on this, she is absolutely right. There is no reason whatsoever to allow these people to come into our country and really attack our citizens, use all of our resources. The one area where I do disagree with Ana is she seems to think that we have these resources set aside and that we should keep those for other migrants that are coming. And that is something I completely disagree with. My issue is we have American citizens sleeping on the street in every city in this country. So I don't really understand why we need to take more migrants when we can't take care of our own citizens. I'm in Boston right now, and they're now shutting down community centers and places where our children go to learn how to swim so that we can house more migrants. We're now housing them at the airport. That's ridiculous. We have homeless people all over the place. We have people that aren't getting the resources they need. It's one of the most expensive cities in the world. And instead of helping the people that live here, they're literally trying to help migrants over their own citizens. There is a finite amount of resources, but I don't agree with Anna that all of our resources or that even a significant portion should go to funding migrants. I think the priority of the American taxpayer dollars should go to helping my fellow Americans. Now, if that makes me some sort of crazy jerk or some asshole, well, I guess so be it. I guess that's what I am then, because I do think that American tax dollars should primarily go to helping the American people. So anyway, everybody, I just wanted to say that this was a great take from Anna. I know sometimes we're beating up on TYT when they say dumb stuff. So I think it's important that when they have a good take that we give them credit for it. So do me a favor, hit like and subscribe. It helps out the show a lot. We're growing like crazy, so I want to thank everybody for actually taking the time to watch and listen. It means the absolute world to me. So thank you, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.